Welcome back to Let's Play Cold Fear, Burning Dog fans. You know, I strongly considered not playing this game. I didn't think... Well, I was worried that it might not be scary enough. In fact, I was fairly obsessed with that. Apologies to all the friends and loved ones I pestered with this question in my insecurity. I wasn't sure if it would be scary enough to be worthy of being the Halloween game for the year. Because people don't really talk about this game much, but I kind of got the impression from some reviews I read from back in the day that it was more of an action game with jump scares than a quote-unquote proper horror game. Oh. And ultimately, for days of fretting and worrying about this, it came down to a different question, which was simply, does that matter? And I realized there's some glare from... I turn off the overhead light in my room, and I turn on a reading lamp beside my bed, so that things are dim, but not, pitch black when I'm doing a Let's Play. Because it's, across the room behind me, it means there's just a tiny bit of glare that normally doesn't matter, except if I'm in a very dark area. Yeah, so I realized that I was just, getting unduly influenced by the fact that last year's horror game for Halloween was the scariest thing I've ever played in my life. So the game is already scarier than I was kind of expecting from the quote-unquote reputation that I had seemed to pick up.
A handheld grenade launcher. What's this doing here?
That's a very good question. That's a terrible weapon for an enclosed area. I can interact with that, but why? Honestly, I kind of thought this would go nowhere, and I would have to go through the door that's under there. Come on, stop aiming. There we go. You know what? So ultimately I decided to go through with it, and on that first day there was a bit of, oh god, mistakes have been made, you know. With the clunky animations, the not amazing voice acting, and of course the, kind of questionable, decision with the chapter saves. Well done. That actually got me.
Locked.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I'll just run back there to save some time. I need to come down anyway to take care of those guys, as I really didn't want them sneaking up on me. Search that guy? Yes. But yeah, the game has grown on me. Warmed up to it. Still hear one.
It's opening.
What is? Oh, that? Really? Oh, God. I thought for sure I was gonna, like, push that thing up against the wall so I could cross over. Like, I was 100% convinced. But I guess those are grenades. I was thinking about it, and, I think I've only, like, made sure to play a horror game for Halloween, since 2013. Started doing these videos in about 2010. And a lot of those weren't exactly, like, edge-of-your-seat terror, either. God damn. Let me think. I actually looked this up. The first one was, Doom 3 BFG Edition for 2013. Then it was, Resident Evil 4 in 2014. 2015, I wanted to play Clive Barker's Undying, but I couldn't get it to run, so I purchased Condemned Criminal Origins at the last minute as a substitution. And that worked out pretty well, I think, because I enjoyed that game a lot more. Well, I thought it was a much more effective horror game than I was expecting. And I'd absolutely play the sequel if it was, let's not save over the one with the captain's quarters, just so we have a save on the ship.
What the hell is that?
Oh, good. Zombie Spider-Man. Yeah, Condemned 2, I don't remember if it has a subtitle or not, only ever came out on Xbox 360. Not PC, but if that hadn't been the case, I would absolutely enjoy playing it for a Let's Play. 2016, I'd gotten Clive Barker's Undying working, so I played that. 2017, of course, was Alien Isolation, and now we're watching 2018's Cold Fear playthrough. March forward, says my lozenge rapper. I don't know, I noticed over time, having played those games and a handful of other horror games outside of Halloween, off the top of my head, all 3 Dead Space games and all 3 Fear games. Make a move. You know what? Are any of these notes real? Yes, that one is. Nice first try. A page from Dr. Kamsky's diary. Scientific classification of the exocell is impossible, because we have never seen anything like it before. So make up a new genus or whatever. It is as if some alien creature had crawled up from the depths, or some prehistoric survivor of ages long gone had awoken for reasons yet unknown. DNA testing on the multiple specimens indicates certain similarities to various arthropods. That's, things like spiders and scorpions, I believe. But the link is tenuous at best. Traces of other DNA, including mammalian, have also been found, but the results have been maddeningly inconclusive, or inconsistent. Bakarev has advanced the notion that they are merely some sort of deep-sea creature affected by the former government's practice of dumping its nuclear waste at a nearby deep-water site. Yusupov takes such thoughts very seriously, and I've often found him examining maps of the area, with which he claims to be familiar, having spent part of his career there. Perhaps he knows things that I do not. What we do know is this. Exocells are perfectly adapted to underwater life, capable of resisting enormous and varying degrees of pressure. Not like us wretched humans. Yeah, none of these papers are real. Well, it's good to know where this room is for when we break that jammer. Oh. Well, all things considered. Not the worst way that could have gone. Oh good, this is happening. Oh boy. Really? think I just chased it off, and that's not cool. Here it comes! Of course it doesn't have any ammo. Why would I have ammo? And also, what the fuck was that? One of the tendril monsters, I guess. It's the last thing I needed. Wannabe Venom running around.
Damn it, I need an electronic key.
I kept trying to hit that, but missing. Thinking on those horror games from earlier, like, oh yeah, all those games I played, I've noticed, over time, there's basically two different types of things to look out for in horror games. There's the startling moments, you know, jump scares. And there's this sense of dread. It's like ominous feeling that you're never completely safe. I thought Dead Space 1 and 2 did the sense of dread amazingly well. And the jump scares were alright. You know, most of these games, they don't have the same feeling for both the dread and the jump scares. Like, Doom 3 BFG edition, or Doom 3 in general, is quite infamous for just... Is this the door I already went in? Oh, fuck. Where's this? Laser Mines shed. Great! Buddy, I know you're in here. No idea where I'm going, by the way. Nice action roll, at least. Oh, great. Yeah, Doom 3 was nothing but jump scares, basically. It had very little sense of dread to it. Like, maybe a couple of areas, but... it's almost like you're just walking around waiting for something to jump out at you, and then shooting it. That's not to say the jump scares themselves are ineffective. A lot of them were like, shit immediately appearing in your face. But, all things considered, I've always felt like the dread stuff is much more effective in a horror game than, the jump scares. You know, Resident Evil 4, another game that did the dread really poorly, but, I had the... even that one... that one I would describe as an action game with jump scares. Because for the most part, they weren't very good. Although there was the occasional one that would get you out of nowhere, like the guy in the oven towards the end of the game. Sorry, a letter to Anashenko from Yusupov. Yuri, congratulations on your assignment to the Star of Sakhalin. You know how much faith I have in you since our shared posting in Afghanistan. In recent years, you have been a valuable part of our organization, always making the right decisions faced with our many problems. The cartel recently informed me of its complete satisfaction. I must stress that this new assignment is potentially more dangerous than previous undertakings. Obviously, your compensation and funding will be commensurate to the... I don't actually know how you pronounce that word. I thought it was commensurate. Whatever. Commensurate to the risks run. The orders are straightforward. Guard the platform against any and all intruders. The Star of Sakhalin is radar jammed, RS-1004 Jax, which should make matters easier. Do not hesitate to encourage the scientists to work faster. The sooner they get it done, the sooner you will receive your payment. I know you do not like having women, and Anna is a woman, interfere in your work, but I have no choice in the matter. When all this is finished, Boris's finest vodka is on me. Dmitri. Let me guess. Huh. I was gonna get, like, pulled out of the way. I'm trying to think of the other games. If I remember correctly, Condemned did a really good job with the dread, but wasn't actually all that leaning on the jump scares. Clive Barker's Undying did the dread well, and there were only a few real jump scares in that game. And it's kind of hard to say with Alien Isolation, because it did the dread masterfully. That's what made me scared all the time. But, the Alien in that game was famously running on its own set of algorithms, not like scripted appearances. So there were very few of what I would call deliberate jump scares in that game. Like, even the scenes in, like, the scripted moments where, like, it leaps out at you and you don't die, even those generally tended to have a lot of build-up, so you see them coming, like when you're putting on the spacesuit at the end of the game, and the drool starts landing on the visor and the helmet in your hands. Or there was one moment I can remember where the alien drops down right in front of you, and he's taking his time and getting closer, and then there's an explosion off to the side. When he just appeared, that scared the shit out of me. Anyway, I'm BurningDogFace, and I'll see you in the next episode of Let's Play Cold Fear, when we, head off and continue searching for Anashenko, and stop rambling about, you know, the nature of horror games. Later!